Hi, beautiful friends. It's Erica. I wanted to share today a message of support for each and every one of you that's here. Um, First of all, I appreciate each and every one of you that has been watching my videos, those of you that have subscribed, those of you that have been supporting my work over the years I've been doing this. And know that each and every one of you is here, drawn to my work for a specific reason. My videos and my YouTube channel are not for the mass populace. I'm not here to serve everybody. I'm here to serve a very specific segment of the collective. And each of you is playing a very important, vital role in the ascension of the planet, in the rise of consciousness, whether you're doing this type of work professionally or just as a hobby, or whether you're just walking around in the world being a beacon of light. So I want to cover a couple things here in this video that I think are really important given what's going on in the world right now. First off, you guys, like I was just saying, are here for a very important role. The most important thing right now for you is self-care. We are living in a crazy time. We are living in a world where so much is going on. We don't ultimately know what's truly going on. We're living in a world where there's information overload, not all of which is true, most of which is not true. And we don't know what's really real ultimately. We may think we know, we think we may have an idea, but ultimately we are living in this mass craziness right now where up is down, left is right, black is white, good is bad. Like, we don't ultimately truly know. And if you find yourself getting caught up in the emotions of fear, uncertainty, doubt, despair, anything like that, please know that much of this is deliberate to try to get you off track. Light workers are getting attacked left and right. And I'm going to talk about a very specific point about that towards the end of the video. But right now, it is needed more than ever that you do whatever it takes for you to preserve your light, to preserve yourself, and exercise extreme self-care. And for many of you, that might mean turning off and disconnecting completely from what is going on in the world, what is being pumped at you through the television set or through information. If you need to completely disconnect from that, there is nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think it's quite strong for somebody to say, you know what, I am not going to talk to my negative friends. I'm not going to watch the news. I don't need to know everything that's going on a moment by moment basis. Because think about it, each of you that watches my channel and that watches my videos, you are doing incredible light work here, whether you're doing it consciously or not. And anything that dims your light in any way is affecting the collective. So therefore, it is not selfish for you to disconnect your light. You might feel that it's selfish. You might feel this sense of like, oh, I should feel bad about what's going on, or I should, reach out to other people and I should talk about it and express compassion. Guys, one of the most compassionate things you can do is shut everything off, okay? Because you are doing nobody any good when you are dimming your light. We need as much light on the planet as possible right now. And therefore, recognizing when your light is being dimmed is a very, very important piece of doing your light work. Even if you are somebody that's not doing this professionally, but you are literally a beacon of light walking around the planet, you are doing light work. You are holding the light. You are activating other people's light simply by you walking through the world. So if your light is dimmed, or your light bulb is dirty from all the muck that's being thrown at us, you're not doing as much of what you could be doing by maintaining your light as much as possible. So anything that it takes for you to stay strong in this time is not only important for you, it's important for everybody. So that was one point that I wanted to make. If you find because think about it, the same thing is happening in the world to everybody, but there are people that are going through life in completely different energies. There are those that are going on the emotional roller coaster, the ups and downs, the despair, the anger, the hatred, whatever. And then there's others that are sitting back, understanding there's something bigger going on, understanding that we are moving into actually a lot more good things. But they're in the same circumstances, but they're experiencing it very differently. So if you find yourself getting caught up in it, it's very easy to do this. It's very easy to get pulled into the emotions of it. This is how the dark works, okay? I won't get into too much detail on that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's very easy to spiral downward, downward, downward. I went for a walk the other day with somebody, and they spent the entire time complaining about things going on in their life. And I'm sitting there walking for an hour with this person. And I was just like, by the time I left, I was just like, oh my God. Like, it was in the morning too. So my whole day is ahead of me. And I'm like, I can't do that. I cannot expose myself to that. I care about this person very much. It breaks my heart that they're going through this, but I have to do what I have to do for me. Because when my light is dimmed, when I find myself feeling down, I can't do what I'm meant to do here in as strong of a way. If I get exhausted, I get down, I can't do my work. I cannot share my information. I cannot channel nearly as well. So that's one point. The second point I want to make, very important point, is guys, light workers are getting targeted and attacked like crazy in many different ways. I'm going to speak to one important way though in this video. If you haven't watched my podcast episode where I speak about discerning false light workers and how to spot a false light worker, is I think the name of the video of the podcast, definitely check it out because it's now needed more than ever. Guys, there are people out there that are doing important work in terms of sharing truth, exposing truth about some of the really dark stuff going on in the world. Okay, so they're doing important work like that, yet the very same people doing that are demonizing, literally, and bad-mouthing and telling people to stay away from anybody who claims to be a light worker, who does any form of energy healing, who uses crystals, who uses tarot and oracle cards, because all of it is the work of the devil. All of it. Like, they lump everything together. And guys, if you think about it, we are in a war right now of light and dark, right? Which I believe that I really do genuinely believe it's already won, but we could debate that another time. But if you think about it, if the dark is fighting to not be exposed, wouldn't they try to close the one exit out of the darkness, which is the light, which is the truth, which is the power of the divine? Wouldn't that make sense that they're trying to keep the one thing that would empower us all to embody more light, to get through this challenging time? So I've heard people talk about the fact that anybody who talks about being a light worker or anything new age is all evil. Okay, I've heard this multiple times. I've even had to stop listening to these people because even though they're speaking important information, I cannot hear that distortion myself. And I will tell you, they're not entirely wrong. Okay, I do want to say that. People who are saying this are not entirely wrong, because new age, crystals, tarot, energy work can all be tools that are hijacked by the dark. But the tools in and of themselves, the methods in and of themselves, are not always of the dark. They can be used for the light. So they're not wrong in being skeptical of some of the things that are being done, because there are many people posing as light workers who are not doing the work of the light. So, but I want you to know that anybody that claims to know that this is all good, this is all bad, that's a red flag right there. Definitely listen to my podcast, guys. I don't want to get too much into it here. But I will say there has been an amplification of attacking anybody doing the work of the light. And I'm going to refrain from getting into the Jesus conversation here. Maybe I'll do another video about it in the future. But just know that we are powerful. We are connected to all that is. We are the light. We are connected to the divine. The divine is us. We are the divine, okay? We are expressions of the divine in our human form. And so it's important that we remember that, and we remember the power that resides within us. The power does not reside outside of us. It is not in something outside that we pray to, or that we believe is going to come save us, or that we believe is an almighty power that we have to, that we are outside of. We are meant to connect, to understand that the light is us, and we are expressions of the light. So, my friends, those of you going through the crazy time we are going through, I appreciate you. Stay plugged into anything that lightens the mood, that makes you smile. Guys, if it means turning off the TV and turning off the news and putting on your favorite comedy or whatever makes you laugh, get up in your living room and dance. Do whatever it takes that makes you smile is one of the best things you could do right now for the world. And I'm reminded of, whenever the world is going through a very difficult time, I'm reminded of a quote from Abraham Hicks that I heard maybe 10 years ago, which I thought was really important. I've even posted it, I think, on my Instagram a while back. But the quote is, "I can't feel bad enough to make somebody else feel better." And it's not selfish to try to live from your highest and best, even when there's bad stuff going on in the world. Okay? In fact, I believe it is imperative that each of us find a time and prioritize doing that in our lives, because when we are those beacons of light across the world, we help others beyond what we could even imagine on an energetic level, even if we're not aware of it consciously. So, my friends, I did do a video. This reminds me also of something I was shown. I meant to say this at the beginning of the video. I did a video over on my Astrology and Zodiac channel about what's coming up in the third week of March, which is the equinox, the equinox. Oh my gosh. When I'm channeling, I completely lose my brain. The sun moving into Aries, the equinox, and oh my God. Okay, literally this is real time. My brain is shut off because I'm just sending information through. What is it? Oh, the full moon. The full moon in Virgo that's happening all within like 2 days of each other. And I was being shown this vision of, that's over on my Astrology and Zodiac channel if you want to check it out. But what I was shown at the beginning of that video was somebody who's like on a boat, and the boat's rocking back and forth, and they're trying to keep steady. That is what we are experiencing. I believe we are going somewhere where when we get there, we're going to feel so much more steady and solid. But right now, the world is topsy-turvy. So do check that video out if you're interested. And also, do check out my brand new channel, The Real Men Project, where we talk about healthy masculine energy. It's a very different type of a channel. If you haven't done so yet, I do appreciate all the comments that you guys have left for me already about that new channel. I appreciate it so much. Do stay tuned. There's a lot more coming out around that. But I do want to send you so much love. I appreciate you. You guys are amazing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps other people find my work and this message, and I really appreciate you. Until next time, bye.